Today we'll do with assembly workbench. Here you can create a new part, or you can take the existing component or existing component with positioning. So I take any one part. So let me take the body here. So first we need to import the file. Then we need to fix this file. Click here, right click, and here you need to fix it. Now you need to check every time degrees of freedom of this. So go to the here part project. Then here you need to check the component degrees of freedom. Remember here degrees of freedom should be 0. There is no degrees of freedom. Now next I'll import the next part, which is second. Let me see the figure before this. Next I'm going to import the second figure, which is this. Go here, go to the components, existing component. Then here you can import these two at a time. You can import at a time also, or single by single also you can. When you import it, there is a move toolbar where you have to manipulate it. So here, if you click on X, you can manipulate in X direction. If you click on Y, you can manipulate in Y direction. If you click on Z, see the Z direction is here, right? You can manipulate in Z direction. If you click on this, you can manipulate in any direction which you need to select here. Then XY, along XY plane, you will be doing it here. See, like this, you can do it along X and Y. So here also same YZ and ZX, or this free, which you are going to select the axis. Then these are the rotation commands. Like you can rotate it in X direction like this. In X you can rotate, or along Y you can rotate. Y is here, right? So now you can rotate along Y in the manipulation. Then next Z. So Z axis is this. So it rotates around Z axis. Then any axis. Now you can select. Suppose I'm going to select this axis. This is going to revolve around this axis. So what I do is now I'll fix it over here somewhere, which is not necessary now. I'll give OK. Next we'll take the next part. Next part is here. I'll again go to the manipulation command. I'll take this part now. I'll keep it outside. For the time being, I'll keep over here with this. Give OK. Now I'm going to import the next parts. Go to the components, existing component. Now I'll import Tommy bar and this screw part and cup and nut. Give OK. Now I have imported all the parts. So now I go to the again move command, and in that I'll go to the manipulate command. Then I'm going to manipulate it like this. I'll manipulate approx here, then I'll manipulate here next, then I'll keep it here, then I'll give OK. So total these are the parts I'll take later now. Single by single I'll take. Now what you do is you will refer the figure. So second is this, right? So second part is this. I'll take to this part and will coincide. So first you need to use this toolbar. So the toolbar name is constraints. In that you should use coincidence command. So first you need to select the axis of this and make coincidence. See here, you can see the zero symbol, O symbol, which means this and this got coincided. You can view it from here also in the constraint. So this axis and this axis has coincided. Then what you need to do is here, this face next, this face and this face is coincided. Q, okay. Now these two got coincided. Now what you need to do is this part and this part coincided. Give control U or you can update it using the below here. When I update, see this part is coming and sitting here. Okay, so let me manipulate this like this. I keep it away from here. So see, it is coincided. It is exactly fixing on this. So after this, what we need to do is we need to check the degrees of freedom here. Go to this part and go to the here and check the components of degrees of freedom. See, as I said here, the degrees of freedom could be 0. In Z direction, we have one more, which is not fixed, which can rotate along the Z direction. If you manipulate and if you rotate it along Z, it will rotate. See, it is rotating, right? So it is not fixed. I need to fix it first. So what I do here is I'll go to this part, then I'll go with the graphs here. I'll go to the planes. So here what I'm going to do, I'll unhide the Z plane. Now I'm going to give the relationship between these two planes. So here what I'm going to do here is I'll go with this angle constraint. So this plane and this plane, this YZ plane and this YZ plane. So I'll give the relationship here. I'll give parallelism. Then give OK. Then you can check it here. Degrees of freedom. It should be 0. See here. Okay. Here is a problem. So it is not taking parallelism because this is not exactly parallel. So what I do, I unhide the another plane which is XY. This is parallel and this is parallel. See, this body's XY plane is parallel. This body's XY is parallel. So I go here, angle constraint. I select this plane and I select this plane. Then I'll give parallelism. Okay, which is showing abundance. So what I do is here, this is fixed, right? I use another plane otherwise. Now I use ZX. This ZX and this ZX. Now we'll give parallelism. Give OK. Now you can check. So earlier we'll do the plane to plane. I'll select this plane and I'll select this plane. Now we will go with the parallelism and just give OK. When I give OK, let me check here. So the error is solving like this: has an unresolved constraint set in the context of product. So in this type, if you get this, what you need to do is you need to update it here in the downside. So after updation, you can check here now. Now there is no degrees of freedom. So in that way, you can fix the error. So next we'll go with the third part, which is this. Okay. So I'll go with the third part. So first axis to axis, this axis with this axis. Then next face to face. So third one is this face and this face. So between second part and third part, there is an offset of some mm. So what I do here, I'll go with the offset constraint. So I select this flat face and then I'll select this flat face. So let me assume like 5 I'll give OK and update here. So see here, if I give 5 it's coming like this. So what I do here, I'll increase the further to 10. Then I'll update it here. Yeah, it's like this. So next is this Tommy bar. So this part, I'll go to the coincidence. So first I'll make the other parts, then later on I'll come over here. So first we'll go with the part 4. Then this is this. So here axis to axis, then again go to the coincidence face to face. So which is exactly sitting here, which is this. So this face with this face. Give OK, then you can update it. So which is going in the opposite direction. What I do here, double click here, change the direction and give OK and update it. See, it is coming correctly. Now check here. You need to give plane to plane also. If you check here, you have to check every time components of degrees of freedom. So it is rotating in Z direction. What I do, I'll go with the planes of this. So now I'll make with the angle constraint. This axis, sorry, I'll take, it is in the Z axis, right? I should take Z axis. So this with this plane. I'll give parallelism and give OK. Now it is updated already. Now you can check with this cup. There is no degrees of freedom. Now fourth part is what? 5 part and 6 part. So 5 and 6 are within this. So what I do first, I take this part. Let me hide this and this. First, I'll go here and I'll bring it nearer to this. Go to the manipulation. Bring this nearer to here. Then give OK. So first go to the coincidence. Same here also. Axis to axis. Update it. then face to face. So face is inside of it. So this is the face. So I'll select this face, fit this face. So this bottom face, then give OK, then update it. Yeah, once you check here and check its location here. Now what I do is it is not properly located. I'll double click on this and I'll change the direction. Here you can change it or else here you can make it same and give OK and update it. Now the location is properly located. Next thing is that we need to take the next part, which is a screw. So I have hided it. Now I'm going to unhide this screw. Screw is here. I'll manipulate it first. I'll bring nearer to here. And I'll give OK. Now, if you need to, I will skip this plane to plane. You need to do the plane to plane also. So here you can go again, axis to this axis, then face to this face. So face is upper face. This upper face, this upper face to this upper face. Give OK and update it. So it is seated correctly. If you want, you can check also. Double click on this and you just change the direction and give OK, then update it once again. Right? So the direction should be like that. Here you can change the direction. Here also you can change or else here also you can change. Then update. The next thing is that plane to plane, you need to do it. So what I do here, I'll go to the plane. So this YZ plane, go to the angular constraint. So this YZ plane with this YZ plane, screw YZ plane. Then give parallelism and give OK, then update it. Yeah, delete it, which is not taking because I take this Z and this part 2Z. Give parallelism and give OK. Now it is taking. Or else take here we have taken this no. So I take directly. I'll first unhide this. I'll hide these all the planes. I take that. Okay, so I'll unhide all the planes. Then I'll unhide any part planes. I'll unhide this and this planes. Now I'll give angular constraint here. So you can select, I'll select this plane and this plane and give parallelism, give OK. Then you can update it. See, now we have got it. Now you can check with this. With this screw, you can check it. Right click. There is no degrees of freedom. Now we'll take with the Tommy bar. So Tommy bar is here. I'm going to unhide it. So first axis to axis, this axis with this axis, I give okay. Then this face to this plane, go to this plane and this face. So what I do is here I'll go with the offset constraint. I'll give some offset from this. So I'll select this plane and I'll select this face. Then I'll give like 5 mm in the beginning. Now I'll update it. So now I'm going to gradually increase the offset length. So first I have given 5, then I'll give 10, then I'll update. So again increase it to 15, then you update it. Then at a time what I do here, 25 I'll give and I'll update. Now I'll give like 30, enter and update. Yeah. So in this way you should perform it. Okay. So it's not reached yet. So increase further 35 and give control. Yeah. So they'll give usually, but here we are doing like trial and error. Okay. So I'll give like 33 mm control. Right. Now it is fitted correctly. In that way, next is plane to plane. Now you can check the Tommy Burr's degrees of freedom. So which is here. See, which has a x. In x, we have a rotation. So x is this. So we'll take x plane and we'll make a angular constraint. So x plane is this. Select this plane and select this plane and a similar constraint. Okay, already exist. So what I do is here, I'll give with the different. This with this plane. Hey, sorry, this is a plane of the previous one, right? So I'm going to hide it and unhide these planes. Yeah, planes are here. Go to the angular constraint. This. So here it should come like a green. So now you update it. Now you can check the degrees of freedom. Okay. There is no degrees of freedom. So in that way, you can do this assembly workbench. Yes. In the last, we'll see the summary, Sachin. So summary is coincidence. First command we use is coincidence command, which is in the constraint toolbar. We get this coincidence command. So we need to go here. Then first we need to make axis to axis. Okay. Then we will do the face to face constraint. So suppose this is one face and another one face. Flat faces we will do it. Then lastly angular constraint, which is there here, this command. So here when you open this, we used to do angular angle like face plane to plane here. So in that we'll take the parallel. After doing all these things, we need to check with the degrees of freedom.